What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, my name's Tyjer Morris. I play Division III lacrosse and football at Alvernia University, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how to make highlight reels. So throughout this whole recruiting process, the main way you're going to get a lot of these coaches' attention is by your highlight reel. There are other ways, of course, to get on the coaches' radars and to get their attention. But ultimately, the most successful way for you to get yourself on the radar and get yourself in front of coaches on the collegiate level is by having a decent highlight reel. So in this video, I'm just going to walk you through how to do that. I've personally seen highlight reels bring kids from not being on the radar at all to ultimately landing scholarships. Obviously not at the D3 level, but because there are no scholarships, but I have also seen guys go from not being on the radar to being on the top of their priority board. I've seen our coaches go crazy for guys because they watched our highlight reel and it was a fairly decent highlight reel. So making a good video can open so many doors for you. It can open so many windows of opportunity, and it's something that can ultimately bring you to the next level and take you further than you could have imagined. The biggest thing that I want to place emphasis on when making your highlight reel is you want it to be about 2 to 3 minutes. That may seem short, but you got to remember that coaches are looking at hundreds of athletes, literally hundreds of athletes. So no coach is going to spend and dedicate 15 minutes to watching one single kid's highlight reel. They're not going to spend 10 minutes watching one kid's highlight reel. So really you have about 2 to 3 minutes to get their attention. So with that being said, in those 2 to 3 minutes, there are things that you want to make sure are in your video. The first thing that I would say you want to make sure is in your video is your contact information. So if coaches are obviously interested in what they're seeing in your video, they're gonna want to know how to contact you. So in there, put in an email that you respond to, not just a school email or an email that you have that you don't use, an email that you actively check, an email that you actively respond to, as I mentioned. Also, you want to have your phone number in there. I didn't put my address in there, but maybe if you're looking for them to send you information in the mail, send you letters, you might want to put your address in there. I wouldn't advise you do that because then everyone knows your address, but you know, that is an option. But you definitely want to put your phone number in that video. That way coaches can contact you, coaches can call you, they can text you. They don't have to go all over the place searching on how to find you. And your highlight reel is your GPA and your academic information. So you want to, in your highlight reel, you want to have your SAT score or your ACT score if you're in a state that accepts the ACT. I didn't take the ACT because a lot of schools I was applying to didn't really care for the ACT, but put your SAT score in there, put your ACT score in there, and put your GPA in there. When coaches are doing the recruiting, some schools have a range of GPAs and SAT scores that they look for in an athlete. So if you just have your score right there, you have your GPA right there, you save the coach's time, and ultimately you help them out because they don't have to go searching for your information, as I mentioned before. You just want to have all that out there. For some people, you may not want to put your GPA because you aren't too proud of your GPA or you aren't too proud of your SAT score, but that just shows you that A, you need to try a little bit harder, or you need to take your SATs, your ACTs multiple times to try to get the best score. Overall, I would say, yes, you want to have your ACT score, you want to have your SAT score, and you want to have your GPA in your highlight reel. Now, that may raise the question of how do I put all of that information in my highlight reel with it still trying to be 2 to 3 minutes. So with that being said, the information portion of your highlight reel, you want to have that in the beginning. I would say typically at about the 15 to 20 second range. That way it doesn't take a good chunk of your video, but also it gives the coaches enough time to maybe write down that information or remember what you have down. So I would say you start off your highlight reel with maybe a picture of you and your contact information, your GPA, and like I mentioned, your academic information. And then from that point, it'll bring you to the next segment of maybe you want to briefly show some of your athletic achievements. So maybe if you were all conference or all county or all league, whatever it is in your area, maybe you can put that on one short title screen. Once again, you don't want it to be too long because you want to have your you want to have time for your clips, for your highlights. So with all of this included, with all your information, all of your achievements, I would say the 25-second range is a decent amount of time to have all of this. Now on to the nitty-gritty, the actual highlight portion of your video. So as I mentioned, with all of your introductions, essentially it'll take up maybe 25 to 30 seconds of your video, and from that point you'll have about 1:30 to 2:30 to make your highlight reel. Like I keep reiterating, you want to keep it short and sweet. You want to have all the information that you can possible in this short segment. It may be kind of beefy, but ultimately this is your one opportunity, your first opportunity to get on radars and to get attention. So from this 1:30 to 2:30 segment, you want to put your best clips first. So the one mistake I made when I made my highlight reel, it was 2 to 3 minutes, but I saved my best plays for the end. As I mentioned in the beginning, coaches aren't always going to watch your highlight reel in its entirety, so it is pivotal for you to put your best clips in the beginning. The fact that it's a 2 to 3 minute video, it goes without saying you want to pick your absolute best highlights. So in regards to football, you don't have to put every single tackle you made or every single carry you had. You want to put your big plays in. You want to put in the plays that shows your versatility. You want to put the plays in that show your athleticism. In regards to football, again, you may want to include plays that show you on special teams, that show you doing things that other athletes may not be willing to do at the next level. Just ultimately showcase your skills, showcase your dedication, and just show the coaches what you're willing to bring at the next level. Now, in regards to other sports, I would just reiterate, put your best clips in there. You don't want to show every single highlight you made. You don't want to show every single little thing that went well for you. You want to show your really big achievements, your eye-opening plays, the plays where you just really dominated and just did something that's going to impress coaches ultimately. By the end of this 2 to 3 minute video, you want coaches to think that you're the best thing since sliced bread. You want them to think you're this dominant athlete, you're the best recruit that they can bring in, and you should be the top guy on their radio. Now on to like the don'ts and things that you should try to steer away from when making your video. Some of them are kind of redundant and I've just harped on and mentioned multiple times throughout this video, but length is the big thing that you want to really place your point of emphasis on and just really focus on. You don't want your video to be too long. As I keep reiterating, coaches aren't going to watch your whole video. They're not going to stay for the 10 minutes that you make your video, so don't make it too long. Another thing that I would say is don't go game by game. So as I mentioned earlier, you want to put your best highlights first. You don't want to go game by game. You want to just show what your best stuff is. Now, that's not to say, okay, maybe you had a really good game and a core of your highlights come from the same game. That is okay. Just try to make sure that you put all of your best stuff forward. Don't go in chronological order throughout the season, because that's ultimately not gonna put you in the best stance to make a good impression. Another don't make it a stupid name. I'm seeing a lot now. Kids are really just trying to make their highlight reels cool and hip, but ultimately it's kind of like a business portfolio. Coaches like them simple. They just go in. They want to go in and know all the information that they need to know. They want to be able to know, is it your mid-season highlight? Is it your final highlight? Is it your senior tape, your junior tape, your sophomore tape, etc.? They don't really need to go in and just see the videos named a bunch of emojis, or the videos just named something crazy. Like, ultimately, keep it sweet, keep it simple. That's the most effective. Another don't put crazy animations on it to where coaches can't follow what's going on. So on Huddle, to be more direct, the little feature that allows you to highlight who you are, I would recommend you just keep the little circle, the simple circle, or maybe the little arrow that points directly at you. I'm starting to see like a lot of people using the Gatorade symbols and just different animations, and while you're watching those videos, it's kind of hard to keep track of where you are. So ultimately, you don't want to waste a good clip because you put on an animation that you thought looked cool, and it makes it harder for the audience to follow what's going on. ultimately, this is your business portfolio. This is your profile. This is your resume. This is what you're handing in to coaches. So overall, you want it to be your best work. You want it to be the best representation of you, and ultimately be your best stuff. So with that being said, keep it short and simple, keep it clean, keep it beefy, and ultimately from start to finish, you want it to be your best stuff. You want it to be impressive, you want it to be eye-opening, and you want this to be something that gets you on the radar. Once again, thanks for tuning in. My name is Tyler Morris. I hope this video helps you guys out. Ultimately, I'm doing this channel because I want to see athletes go places. I want to help in the best way, shape, or form that I can. I'm not really doing this for myself. I'm not doing this for any self-benefit or any, popularity or anything. Ultimately, I just want to answer questions, and I just want to help people get to the next level. So thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Like I mentioned, I hope this helps anyone, even if it's just one person. I hope this helps you guys, and please share this out, share this information out, share my videos out to friends or family or athletes that you know, and just try to get the word out. Thank you.